Watch out. She be having a light on crazy.
Gates, getting out of cars, indictments, shootouts, everything that you done been through as a street cat. To find out that the game is gonna die behind the podcast.
I don't know the answer, so don't ask it. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. I don't know the answer, so don't ask it. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. You gon' end up in the podcast, yeah. I don't know the answer. What's the cure for cancer?
Before we get started, like, subscribe, and share. Or you a bitch? Now let's get into it. Hello, how may I help you?
Yeah, I got a 9 o'clock reservation for 3.
Okay, did you subscribe?
Yup.
Okay, thanks, let's begin.
What it do? Let me see, do. Hold on. Man, what's up? Oh, Jay Pizzle. He in the car dipping. J-Pack, can you hear me?
What up?
Okay, yeah, I can hear you good. Damn, I hear you just as clear as I be here.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah, oh, she bringing in the artwork. I'm like, what you got on?
Painting clothes.
Dang.
Oh, painting.
Anyway, reservations for 3 is in the spot, in the place to be. Pudge will be back in a second. He'll be jumping back in here in a second. Man, yeah. Today I had to come back on here, man, to talk about my little bro, man. This shit is crazy. When I say crazy, from the couple of weeks ago when I had my little brother on here and he was talking about he had to go to trial and all that stuff. Well, he went to trial and he gonna come on here and explain what he been going through since he had to take this deal and all this probation stuff and the stuff that they making him do and trying to do and what they was accusing him of is crazy. Super crazy. What's up? Everybody coming on Instagram starting to tap in. Okay, here go Pudge. Let me bop, Pudge. What it do, Pudge?
What up, y'all?
What's up with it, man? I was just telling J-Pad, man, my brother gonna come on here today, man, and finish talking about the craziness
Right on.
of his trial and all that the deal he had to take and all that stuff and how they been doing it.
What up?
What you got? Podcast get lined up right now?
Yeah.
That's a good song to be playing right now because I'm gonna make an announcement tonight about me. I'm about to do an Eddie Murphy pretty soon. You know what I'm saying?
Where you at, J-Pan?
Oh man, just got done doing a studio session on the other side of town, man.
That's what's.
Oh yeah, doing a little studio session on the other side of town. My man Pop City. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, are you carrying something?
Yeah. I got a bag.
Oh, I'm about to say, damn, boy, you walking like you was rocking back and forth like a. I was like, man, if you ain't carrying nothing, boy, you walking crazy. Your legs all right?
That's why. No.
I was like, I'm trying to
feel leg day or something.
Sometimes when I walk, my arm be moving and shit. You know what I mean?
Boy, no, you was like this side to side, like boy.
I know. I was like, what's going on here?
He gotta have a bag or something on. He carrying a bag.
Oh,
so he was
as y'all can see, I straightened up after y'all told me what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, I was just sitting there like, dang, you know, because I was just walking with the camera like this and shit.
This fool's doing leg day,
man.
He's doing leg day or something. Hey, but Podcast It is a good song to have on because there go little bro. He just joined in over there. Naomi. Hey, can you get Phil straight?
What?
Can you get Phil straight?
I heard tell him to check his text messages.
He on Instagram.
He's
okay.
watching on
Yeah.
So speak into the microphone and say, Phil,
Hey man,
Phone.
look at your phone, man, and get your thing so you can come on in. But anyway, Podcast It is a good song to have on because, like I was gonna say, I'm making an announcement about me. When I say I'm about to do a Eddie Murphy, you know what that means? You got any kind of idea when I say I'm about to do an Eddie Murphy?
Not at all. I'm trying to figure it
I'm
out.
coming to America.
Oh, you know what? I was just sleepwalking, man. I knew that. I was like, man, you know what? I know the answer. I just ain't, you know what I mean? I wasn't registering that shit.
Yeah, so I'm about to do a coming to America, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm coming, I'm bringing my artwork with me, and it will be for sale pretty soon. So that's coming up pretty soon. And this is, you can go ahead and play that. Pudge, you can go ahead and spin that shit. This is the artwork that goes with the song. This is art piece number 1.
You got a video.
Let me mirror this camera. Is it
Go down to the settings.
here, wow.
No, go here, my bad.
I don't know the answer, so don't ask.
Oh, it's all right.
I don't know
Next
the
way.
answer, so don't ask it. You gon' end up in
Stay
a
there,
podcast. I don't know the answer, so don't ask. I don't know the answer, so don't. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. I don't know. I don't know the answer, so don't ask it. You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast. I don't know the answer.
I'm not done with this one.
You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast. I don't know the answer. I don't know the answer. What's the gift for cancer? Who's your favorite dancer? Did he do it for the likes? Hidden mic shape or works piling up. 20 years plus.
Why you take him off?
And your homie, and your homie, and your homie. Hold on. Now
Take him
y'all
off.
jail trying to get your check like a small. Phone in your cell, so it
Little bro down there.
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I don't know the answer, so don't ask it. You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast. You gon' end up in the podcast.
Check this out.
Okay, what's up, little bro?
That.
Yeah, hold on. Let me play this video. Upgrade now?
No, just click on it.
Let me play this video before we get to talking. Hold on, let me play this.
How completely fucking stupid and crazy how one would go on a podcast and tell in detail how, when, why, and how a crime was committed for fucking likes. I guess Taz from the Alcoholics was right. Attention is a drug and everybody want it. Podcasket coming soon by Dismost.
Okay, little bro, what's up, man? Can you hear me? Little bro can't hear me. Am I muted? Y'all can hear me, right?
I can hear you. Yep.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Say something, nigga. Turn that shit back sideways.
Yo.
Definitely can hear you.
Oh, him. He had to pop out and pop in. Back in. Here he come. Hold on. Turn your shit sideways. You hear me? That nigga froze like an ice cube.
Yeah, the connection. Yeah. Man,
So you got to stay upright, or you can't go sideways. It's all good. Y'all both of y'all upright.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear it? All right.
Yeah, I'll throw y'all. I'll make y'all sideways. It's all good.
No, I'm good.
All right, look, check it out, man. So this is part 2, man. We had to get into. Hey, first of all, let me bring up the chat before we get into anything. Pudge, play little bro. Watch this though, man. Hey, we got it, bro. Let me pull up the chat first. What up, Samantha, Jennifer? Okay, we starting up. Okay, we starting up over here. The chat. Where's the chat at?
Look, smash, shit is simple. Look, smash, shit is simple. Look, smash, shit is simple. We born in the 70s, raised in the 80s, survived the 90s. Damn. If I didn't leave this motherfucker alone, if I didn't leave this motherfucker alone and let you take that away. Look, for my brother, I'm riding like a gang member. I was born in September, he was born late December. Capricorn, that's what I feel like doing. Cap this corny nigga, then my whole damn life is ruined. I gotta keep calm, meditate, sit still. I gotta keep calm, meditate, sit still. My sons ain't called 10 and Will, but got a Uncle Phil. If I make it to 100, you see 95. I guess G-Mom's prayers kept us both alive. I'm covered in the blood of Jesus, why is Jesus bleeding? PTSD therapy sessions I'm meeting. Fuck out the window, most successful with the walk up. You gon' mess around and get your family chalk up. I chip a nigga and I clap his bitch too. Y'all done open up the gates of hell and straight walk through. Hallelujah. Lord, forgive me for what I wanna do. But you didn't answer back when I was talking to you. Can you hear me now? This rap shit helps me vent and ease away the pain. But I refuse to let a lame say fuck my family name. The only reason I ain't stepped up off that plane, loaded, cocked, and name smashing down aims. Cause to my mama, I don't have to explain how a little baby boy just got slain. I tried to tell him a long time ago, ain't nothing for you out there in the O. Black Lives Matter 3 weeks ago, but now I'm not so sure. One thing I do know, that's for sure. Never try to touch my little bro.
Well, I said that song would still be making me want to go do something. Can you hear me? Shout out to Blunt Conversations Podcast there in the building. Shaquila Quick Key. That's what's up. Got the smoking emojis. Okay, check this out, man. So part 2. For any of y'all who haven't seen part 1, go back about 2 weeks. Go back about two shows back.
Yeah.
Go back about 2 shows back.
Maybe 3. Yeah.
Maybe 3. Yeah, maybe 3. Because I know Ahmad came on.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't remember if we yeah, go back about 2 or 3 shows and y'all see when he was talking about him having to go to court and he was about to go to trial. We was all waiting for this trial. So now Phil catches up to the start from the getting. Is you froze again? Yeah, I know we had Chalk's daughter on there. You in a delay, so you telling me stuff I already said. You know, watch it from the other side. Chalk's daughter. Trinae Monet, shout out to Trinae. Oh, he about to pop back in, bro. Pop back in here.
Trinae Monet.
All right, look.
Yeah, it's this connection over here.
Man, don't be walking around from that Wi-Fi, man.
I look, I'm in one. I ain't moved. Okay, I'm in the same seat.
All right. So what I was saying was start from sentencing day, and then go on to the you got sentenced, And what's the outcome of the sentence, or what they had to do for the sentencing, and then go on,
So
man, to the
so your
probation.
boy got sentenced, right?
It's you.
So I got sentenced, but the judge was like, "Yo, I ain't never been in no trouble or nothing like that." So she gave me a deferred sentence, but she gave me 22 months of probation. So I'm happy about that. And the deferred sentence just mean that when I'm done with the probation, no felony. I still get to keep my gun rights. I still get to keep my voting rights and all that stuff.
That's
So
great.
I go to do my little probation interview, and I'm sitting there, and the probation officer is like, "Yo, tell me about all your charges." And so while I'm telling her about the charges that I just got, she's like, "What about your possession of marijuana, your conviction for an armed robbery in 2022?" And then she was like, "I was using an alias and all this." And I'm like, "Yo, what are
What?
we talking about right now?" I'm flipping out. I'm in the
Hey, hey,
probation office.
hey, wait. Can you tell me about? Can you tell them? Inform them that you are actually a part of some kind of like statistic. Uh, you part of some kind of like statistic program, like statistics on a black
Oh, right, right,
male
right. So
type
while
shit.
I'm doing my my interview, my probation interview, they start getting real deep. They start asking about what kind of trouble my dad's been in, my mom, are they still married? Are they divorced? Um, naming all my brothers and sisters. I got to give them like names, numbers, like addresses, and all this stuff. And so basically, I'm like, look, all my family lives out of town. And God, hold man, did I freeze again? Because it looked like I froze over here.
No, you're good.
Okay. All right. So I'm sitting there telling them, and I'm like, why is this information important? And so we're trying to statistically find out if you are just like another product of a broken home, your family's divorced, your siblings been in trouble, all kinds of just weird ass questions. And I was like it's so invasive that it's ridiculous. Like they're asking about my mom, my dad, when they were married, when they got divorced, where they live, what their occupation is, what any of my siblings do. Like, and so of course, we got to get into it. So basically, I'm telling them, you know, my dad where he works, my mom where she works, where my brother lives, and all this stuff. And basically, what they're doing, they're keeping a track. They're keeping track of any and everybody that goes through the system, so that they can statistically say, well, you're from a broken home, and that's why you act like this, or your dad was an alcoholic and that's why you went to jail, your brother went to prison, so you're 52% more likely to go to prison, and started throwing all these statistics out. And first of all, I was like, listen, I'm 47 and I've never been in any trouble, and just because my parents got divorced, I lived with my father who was married, and we had a stable home.
And she kept on. Look, I think he froze now. But look, they kept grilling and grilling and grilling. I
So
know.
in
I know. Okay,
in
there
the
you go.
process of going through,
In the process of
um
going bullshit, he
come to
froze.
find out that
Face froze.
I've been
Damn,
Signal,
he froze again.
um
signal rough.
Yeah, pop out and
What
pop
is
back
it?
in again.
A robbery conviction.
Wait. Pop out and pop back in again.
Too. They said that I was using it.
Hey, can you hear me? Can you
Pop
hear
out,
me? Hey,
pop out, pop out, pop out,
yeah, pop
pop
out.
out,
There you go.
pop out.
There you come. Man, y'all gotta hear this story, man. This shit get crazy.
Man, it's already getting crazy.
And I could tell y'all this part. The probation officer that he talking to,
Yeah.
this that bitch first day.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, this her first day. So
What?
Can't be serious.
they are training her while he going through this shit. So she got all this paper, she got all this shit in front of him, and he's sitting there. Look, I told her, I told him this part. The probation officer is her training day today. It's her first day that she asking you and telling you all these questions in front of you. You there? Let me see. Damn.
Looks like he's froze again.
Cricket. That's that cricket. That's that Omaha cell phone cheap.
Cricket.
Cricket. Cricket phone.
You know what they called him in the hood?
What?
Crack
Oh, cracket. Yeah, he got the cracket phone.
Yeah, that cracket.
Yeah, he on a cracket. I thought he was about to say or he's still using one of them Obama flips.
Obama flip.
The little the free Obama phones they passed out
The
the
Obama phone.
Yeah.
Man, this fool stuck.
The Obama
It's
phone.
super. He just froze, man.
Man, so let me tell y'all this dude, man. The probation officer, look, that motherfucker look crazy. I just had to make him big one time. Oh, there you go. Hey, how do I knock him off, Naomi? Oh, never mind. I got it. I'm about to remove him right now. Bam. So because he probably still talking, thinking he on here. All right, he come back in a second. So it's the probation officer's first day. It's training day.
Yeah.
She got all this stuff in front of him, and so she's saying like, "So what about the armed robbery you did in the whoop? And he like, man, I ain't never been in trouble with the armed robbery. What you talking about armed robbery? Here you go. You back now?
Yeah.
So I told him
Yeah, I'm
about.
back.
I caught him up to the point where it's the probation officer's first day there. Also, she's training while y'all doing this. All this, she telling you about this.
Yeah.
Your armed robbery. Now she wants you to talk about what she wants you to do.
So basically they want me to get in touch with my inner feelings and let them know how I felt when I committed these crimes. And I said, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. This is literally her first day, right? Her first day. She's brought somebody with her on the probation visit that's training on her on what to look for, what to do. So basically they have the right to come in. They can confiscate my phone, go through my phone. They can open up any drawers, any doors, anything in my house, anytime they want. And until the day I'm off of probation, I have to consent to any search and seizure of my property with any police involvement. So like if I'm at the park and the police show up, I got to consent to a search and seizure if the police talk to me.
That's crazy.
Man,
Here we go.
Cousin Quincy over there. I see LB over there.
What up, LB?
Chat. Okay, keep going. So now she telling you how you feel about your crimes and your armed robbery, and what you telling her about the armed robbery.
Look, let me go and try to get closer to the Wi-Fi. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, man, what you doing? You know you can't. You know, look.
You drowning, boy. You drowning.
When you in McDonald's, you got to be over there closer by the register. If you try to, because if you try to go in the back, the Wi-Fi ain't gonna work that good in the back.
Oh shit!
It snapped out and went crazy. What happened with that shit?
Yeah, that was a buzz.
Now
What you mean put him up high? Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Now say something.
Put him up top. You can't see him. He's down in the.
Can't hear him.
All right.
No,
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I can hear everything y'all are saying.
Yeah, you good. Go ahead, talk.
Yo, pause. My man out here got some tight. I'm talking like spandex jeans shorts on with some pink flip flop.
What you talking about, man?
Okay.
Somebody over your house with some spandex pants on?
I had to walk into. Oh, bro, he outside. So like, I had to walk into the living room, and the sliding glass door is open.
Oh, you see somebody with some fool walking around with some tights on.
Damn. Spandex, he said.
Man, where you at? I'm trying to finish hearing the story.
Mexican dude out here.
Y'all trying to hear the story.
Quit looking at that nigga. Close the curtain.
I swear,
We all trying to finish hearing it.
I wish I could move so you could see.
Man, no,
But-
don't move, nigga. We can hear you now. Finish the story.
Oh my god, nigga, this nigga got, bro. Bro, both
He got on jean shorts with holes
Yo.
Where does fool go?
Yeah, he's not even on the screen. I'm like, where is he? Just hear him talking in the background. Yeah.
Nigga, now you clear, nigga. Tell the story.
oh shit. For some reason it wouldn't connect to the Wi-Fi, but I got it connected now.
Damn.
But anyway, yo,
Had a nigga
technical
with jean
difficulties
shorts.
is tripping, bro.
All right, come
Oh
on.
my god. So basically, anytime I come in contact with the police, I have to consent to search and seizures. So not only do they have me consenting to search and seizures, the system is wired so wrong. I have to pay $30 a month plus $5 a month for every drug test that they give me, on top of any fines or fees that I have. I have no fines or fees, but basically for the next 22 months, I got to give them $35 every month. And then anytime she wants to drug test me, that's another $5, depending on which. So like if she just wants a urine sample, it's $5. If she wants to do a breathalyzer and a urine sample, it's $10. So basically I'm at the mercy of the court. But going through all of this, come to find out that somebody stole my identity. And so
Wait, before you get to that, she telling you about the armed robbery and the marijuana charges, and you like, what armed robbery and marijuana charges, right?
Yeah, because like we're doing the interview, and so like while I'm doing the interview, like I said, you got to get personal with your feelings. You're supposed to write out what you thought about right before the crime, what you thought about during the crime, what you thought about after the crime, and who was affected by the crime. And so, of course, I tell her the most recent charge, and then you're supposed to go from your most recent to something that you did back in high school. Like I said, I'm 47. And if I did some shit, and she was like, even if you did something and didn't get caught for it, write it down. Bitch, are you crazy? Bitch, are you crazy?
Thank you.
You want me to snitch so y'all can go back and look for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm writing it down, and
Don't start walking around, nigga. Don't start walking around from that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I ain't moving. Listen, I'm not moving.
All right.
So finally, you're supposed to do 5 of them, right? You're supposed to do 5 incidents you had, and I'm like, Listen, the only thing I can tell you is the most recent charge that I have, and then the possession of marijuana that y'all say I had. I said maybe I'm old and forgot, but I'm pretty sure I would have remembered if I'd have got charged with marijuana and had probation prior to this. So I write those two down, and then I'm like, I really can't think of nothing else except for when I was in school and I got expelled from school. And she was like, okay, well, use that as your last one and write that one down. So I write that down. And then she's like, well, what about your conviction of armed robbery? I said, I don't have a conviction of armed robbery. She says, you were incarcerated. I said, I was never incarcerated. She's like, what do you mean? I said, lady, listen, I have a concealed carry permit. They did a nationwide search on me. If I had been convicted of an armed robbery, they would have never gave me a concealed carry permit. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. And so she's like, well, I mean, you got to remember. And I'm like, lady. And so I just laid it all out. I'm like, listen, I feel like I'm being messed with because my cousin was getting a promotion. They didn't want him to have the promotion. Oh, this. I got to tell you this. My bad. Pause. 1 second. So yesterday, when I'm going to file the police report, they make me go down to headquarters to get my criminal history record, right? So I get my criminal history record. So they were like, hey, you got some property down here. Call down to the property office to get your property back. So I called to the property office and I said, yo, I'm on probation, so I don't need my firearm back, but I do need my cell phone back. Do you know that the arresting officer got a promotion off of my case and they will not sign off on my shit because he's now out of the office, and so I have to wait for this dude to sign off. And the way I found this out was because I give her my name. She's like, well, I see your case is closed, but we can't give you your phone back. And I'm like, well, why? She's like, because the gang unit has to sign off on it. And she was like, do you know who your arresting officer is? And I said, Chad something. I said, his name is Chad. And she's like, is he a officer or was he in plain clothes? I was like, nah, he was definitely in plain clothes. And she goes, oh, Chad Weaver? Yeah, he got a promotion the day of this. He made this arrest. So now he's in a different office.
What the
And we have to I swear to God, dog. Now he's in a different office and they have to contact him in order for me to get my property signed off. And I'm like, bro, I can't even make this shit up. So this probation officer is going through my record, and she's swearing
now
up and down.
now you back at the probation office you talking about, not what happened yesterday. Okay, that was
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah. So now I'm back at the probation office, and she's going through my record. She's going through, and I'm like, lady, I don't have any idea what you're talking about right now. So she says, all right, let me do some investigating. I'll call you back tomorrow. So I leave the probation office. I go home. I'm freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm calling everybody tripping. I'm like, yo, I feel like they're trumping up charges because when my probation is over, they don't want me to have that gun or the right to vote. So somebody's just slapping charges on my shit because I done been to court over this last year up until Friday. I had been to court for a whole year, and they done had judges, lawyers, officers, the 24/7 sobriety program, all checking my record, and none of this shit has ever come up until last Friday when I went to probation, and she's making me write all this shit out. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, they're trumping up these charges. They're trying to railroad me. They're trying to come get me. I don't know what's going on. So I'm freaking out. So finally, the probation officer calls me back the next day. Well, she was being real vague. She was like, you need to come in and we need to talk about this. And I'm like, talk about what? What are we talking about? She won't answer me. And she's just giving me these little vague answers talking about, well, I can't give you any information over the phone. You need to come to the office. So when you tell a nigga that, hey,
that
I
sounds like
can't
we're gonna have
talk.
the feds. We're gonna have the feds right here waiting on your ass when you show back up. and you gonna be gone, boy.
Yep.
We don't gotta
Exactly.
come get you. You gonna turn yourself in. Just like what the
So
fuck?
so I'm tripping out. So then I call my lawyer. This wonderful lady is on paternity leave. So her voicemail is full, her mailbox is full, so she ain't answering or calling me back. So I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Finally, I send the probation officer a text message. I'm like, yo, listen, trying to comply and all this, but this right here has me super concerned because there's stuff popping up. And I told you how I feel like I'm being railroaded in that. So I'm really not comfortable. I said, so finally 2-3 hours go by. She finally texts me back and she was like, it's nothing for you to be concerned about. It's okay. You don't have to come in tomorrow, but we still need to have a conversation about it. And that's all she says. So I'm still freaking out. Finally, that was Friday? Yeah. So Saturday, she sends me another text. How are you holding up? Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, yo, somebody tell me something. Finally, she calls me. She calls me back and she says, I hate to be the one to tell you this. Now, when a probation officer starts with, I hate to be the one to tell you this, I
That
felt
sound
like
like
I was,
Your
listen,
probation is revoked, and you
yeah,
gotta lay down.
yeah.
You gotta-
So the first thing I did was get up. I looked out the peephole. I looked outside. I made sure, I
I can
made
tell
sure
you
my
this.
surroundings was clear, right? And then she gonna tell me, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but somebody has been using your social security number. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? She says somebody named Monica Lopez got convicted of armed robbery in 2022 and she used your social security number. And I said, hold on.
The state
You're
is
telling me,
this is the state of Nebraska. We talking about Omaha, Nebraska. You know what
yes,
I'm saying? Somebody
yes. So,
LB asked what state they was in.
oh yeah. So I'm like, you mean to tell me a woman can use a man's social security number, get
That's crazy.
arrested, get arrested? They don't pull up the arrest record or nothing because I know if she gave my social security number, don't at least the name come up if no pictures or nothing else come up.
That's what I thought.
And and so the detective or the Omaha PD, Omaha Police Department, they tell me that there's no picture associated with your social security number. And I'm like, I understand that. But
What
if
they say
you pull
I'm a
me over,
male? God damn.
But there's a name that comes up.
that's what I'm saying. And I said, so if you pull me over and I don't have my ID and you ask me for my social security number, what is that for if it doesn't come up with my
My
name or
name
my
on it.
picture?
So how would you know if it's me then? Exactly.
Exactly.
That's called the
So
police putting a twist down. They bullshit.
yeah.
Diabolical as
So
shit.
I'm
Yep.
telling you,
Amen,
what
Jay.
I did is I filed the report, or I called to file the report, and they're gonna tell me, well, sorry, we don't have enough information to file the report.
Get out of here.
And that I need to go back and call my probation officer and have my probation officer call them and give them the information. And I'm like, listen, this is my name. This is my, like, y'all are messing with my life.
Yeah.
And nobody will tell me what's going on with my name or my life.
That's crazy.
So then the
Super
probation
crazy.
officer, she calls them today. They tell her to call me back to tell me to file the report because they won't speak to her unless I initiate the report and tell them that she's speaking on my behalf.
So now it's
So I had to,
now it's
right. So now today I get somebody different. She takes the report and then I give her the probation's contact information. But the probation won't show me the arrest record. She won't show me any of the shit that's on there that they're
shit made
saying.
up.
Yeah. So
Made up, yeah.
so now I'm waiting for her, for Omaha Police Department to contact the probation officer. But we all know in what 2-3 days it's the 4th of July. So it's gonna be 10 to 14 days before anybody even get back to me
Yep.
about about it. And then, not to throw my business out there, but your boy been hurt, so I just filed for disability. So now they stopped the disability. They trying to stop the disability because I got to put a freeze on my social security number. So I
Damn,
got to
man.
call.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, damn man.
yeah, I'm telling you. So now I got to call every credit bureau. I gotta call every credit bureau individually,
And
put a
freeze.
freeze and ID number on my social security. Then I gotta call Omaha Social Security, have them give me a new ID number to go along with like a PIN number or something to go along with my social security, so that like all my taxes, everything got froze. Everything.
So they're
So like
basically
any
pulling you through the loops and the hoops.
yep. And nobody will tell me. So when I give Omaha police the Monica Lopez, he starts laughing. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, what are you laughing about? He's like, well, Monica Lopez, that's the most common name in the world. Lopez is one of the most common names, and Monica, yeah, that's common too. So I'm looking at about 300 Monica Lopez's that's been arrested. So unless you can tell me what county, where it was at, what time,
Motherfucker.
I'm like, how am I supposed to know this shit? The
And then
probation officer.
and you know why he laughed and thought it was funny? Cause he like, yeah, Monica Lopez, that's a code for that's the bullshit we throw on all y'all
Yep,
motherfuckers.
for real.
He
Yeah.
like, you one of them Monica Lopez motherfuckers, huh? Yeah, we
Yep,
gotta
for sure.
Yep.
this some bullshit, man.
So back
Straight.
to the promotion, right? So when I called to get my property, they was like, Chad Weaver? Oh yeah, he got a promotion because of this case, right? Now, mind you, they followed me for because it's over with now. I could talk about it. They followed me for 8 months. They didn't get nothing. They didn't
And
get
he got a
nothing.
promotion for that.
And
He got
he got a promotion for 8 months of following me, wasting taxpayer money. And like
Damn.
when the dude arrested me, he straight up looked at me. He said, "Hey, bro, you pissed me off." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "I followed you for 8 months. I didn't get no sales. I didn't get no nothing." He said, "Now some of the places you stopped at, you know what I'm saying? We made a little something off of that. But from you personally, I got nothing." Right. So for 8 months, you followed me around. So now, Diz, you remember at Tony's ceremony, right?
right. You couldn't
Somebody walked up and whispered in his ear.
and we couldn't talk. Nobody could talk to him no more. Type shit.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So at his ceremony, that white cop with the red hair that walked up and whispered in his ear,
Oh,
that was Chad Weaver, the nigga that busted me and followed me around. And that's why this shit got drugged all the way out, was because he was up for the promotion that Tony got, but he was the motherfucker that went and whispered in his ear during the ceremony.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
yeah,
and
yeah.
and whispered in
That's
his ear
ridiculous.
like, "Hey, you know we got your cousin in
Your
jail."
cousin. Yep.
You can't even write a script. You can't even write a script.
This like
You
the
can't even write a
Wire
script.
Part Two.
You can't even
How
write a
many
script.
niggas live
It's
in
in the script.
Omaha? That shit sound
Bro,
racist. Hey,
it's
where
so
he had us all.
filthy.
I mean, look, this. Let me say this: the state of Nebraska itself obviously has a racial disparity problem.
Man,
Uh,
Absolutely.
Very, very much.
I think we need to shed some light. I mean, we're shedding light on it with your case here, and all these loops and hoops and all this ridiculous shit that you're telling us.
Yeah.
But I think it's important for the listeners to know something about Nebraska. You guys are from Nebraska, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So
Yeah.
a little bit of history about how much racial bias, because I'm looking up some statistics while you're talking
Yeah.
on their police department, and it's overwhelmingly they dismiss a lot of complaints.
Every single person I know that's ever filed a complaint, I take that back. There's been 3 that made national news, or well, Nebraska news, about a payout. But this kid literally, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago, was parked. Him and his homeboys was parked in front of the projects. They was parked down there and they was smoking weed. An undercover cop drives by. Right now, there is a lot of gang affiliation and gang movement around here, which is hard to believe, but it's here. But so the kid's sitting outside in front of his house. He done has some trouble with some gangs. An unmarked car drives by, turns the lights out, turns around, drives back by. So the kid pulls out a gun, points the gun with the flashlight at the car. The cop by himself, no superiors, no reason to be over there, nothing, gets out, smoke the kid. And they didn't do nothing. They did not do anything, no investigation. They said we were sorry. They said the kid could have pulled the gun on any normal citizen, so the cop should have done exactly what he done. On TV, that's what they said. On TV, that's exactly what they said.
And that shit was so case closed. I ain't even hear nothing about it.
Yeah,
That just happened.
because now they're trying to do that.
You know what it says here?
Even news.
You know what it says here, fellas? It says this. It says the state has a racial profiling committee tasked with overseeing annual traffic stop trends, as well as racial profiling allegations and policies across Nebraska. But that committee has been inactive for years. The last posted meeting for the group was May of 21.
God damn. God damn.
Y'all
family,
telling you.
how long has y'all family been really going through this?
So me personally, this case has been was 20. So it'll be 2 years in October.
It seems like since that committee is gone, y'all been getting attacked.
Listen, and what make it so bad now here, just since, like I said, since the case is over, right? So
to me, the worst part is that our fucking cousin is the fucking chief, man, or the fucking whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And that's what make it worse to me is like they just because he black and he a good cop type shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just like, man,
you don't want to bow down to them.
Yeah, he's supposed to be one of them motherfuckers running with the program, throwing Monica Lopez cases on niggas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: has there been any? Has there ever been any retaliation by the police because somebody made a complaint?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shit. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This one dude, because he filed a complaint. He was on the news too. He filed a complaint and then he got pulled over. I think they said something ridiculous like 43 times within the next 6 or 7 months. And out of the 43 times, they only actually like charged him maybe 3 times. So every time this fool would leave his house, anytime he drive down the street, they was after him. Anytime they seen him at a park, they was after him, and nothing happened. And so, of course, he kept going on news, kept going on Channel 7 and all this shit. And finally, him and his family, I think they ended up moving out of here because nothing was being resolved.
Yeah, the runaround.
But what's crazy to me is, like I said, in my case, with my case right here, I had a gun. Now, mind you, it was legal. I had a gun. I had an open container in the car that was from a couple of days ago. Like we had left the party and I had just grabbed my bottle, took it with me, but I left it in the car. And then I got charged with possession under a gram. Okay. And what they when I went to court, they threw out the gun charge. They threw out the open container. And then they hit me with a controlled substance. That's what they hit me with. They threw out the gun. They threw out the liquor.
But
and they hit me with under a gram. And right now I'm doing 22 months of probation for under a gram.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That wasn't on my person, wasn't in my area. It was in the back seat on the floor.
But it all go back to how mad that nigga was, that fucking cop was. About following you. He followed you for 8 months and you wasn't selling dope or nothing and all that shit. And then it was like he wasted his time and he like, man, they wanted so bad for our cousin to have a
One of
fucking
his family
convicted
members.
dope dealer
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
as a family member, so it could be like, why is he the police chief? Why
Yep.
or why is he the lieutenant or whatever the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Find ways to remove them.
Yeah, my family is clear and clean. His family is criminals and shit. They're gonna
Yep.
use their police power for criminal shit and all that kind of
Bro,
bullshit. That's crazy.
if you look up Chad Weaver
Seems to
from
me like
Omaha,
the law
Nebraska.
enforcement over there got to go under the. I didn't mean to
You
cut
could
into y'all.
you could
I didn't mean
Google
to
this
cut into y'all,
motherfucker.
but it seems to me like the law enforcement in that state
Chad
needs
Weaver.
to go under a full psychic evaluation.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
man.
Listen,
Hey,
so you can Google Chad Weaver, Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Before my case, he was making $119,000 a year. I just looked him up, and I think he's over $174,000 right now.
Wow.
that's
Wow.
crazy.
Before
Bro,
overtime.
and
Before overtime.
before that's his base salary
The
is
base salary.
174. Yeah, his base salary is 174,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's wild. Dude, let me tell you this quick story to add to how the police like be doing motherfuckers. In LA at the age of I think I was 11 or 12, me and my homeboy, Phil, you remember Cal Cutter.
Yep.
Me and Cal used to walk around the corner. We stayed on 36th Street and on 36th Place. My homeboys, they was Belizean and they father had a big DJ sound system up in the house, like boom, loud ass speakers and shit. And
Right.
they had two turntables already hooked up when we was little. So I used to have records and we put the records in a briefcase. Can't go on, Adidas with the no shoestrings in them, or
Yep.
like fat laces and the Pumas, and you know what I'm saying? We was like B-boys
Mhm.
right there. This was when I had Dismo in the belt buckle on my belt.
Right.
I had the
Yep.
Lees on, like you know what I'm saying? And we would bail around the corner with these records in a briefcase and go spin the records at my homeboy house because the sounds was so loud. Dude, one day me and Cal came walking back around the corner with the briefcase full of records. The helicopter police, everything came. Whoop, swooped on us, broad daylight.
Mm.
They got me and him handcuffed. They got you know what? We was 13.
Damn.
I think we was I think we was
13?
I think we was I think we was 13 and shit. This around that time when I cut my hand in that loquat tree. Remember we was cutting the loquat tree?
Yeah.
It's around that age and shit. Look, so we was handcuffed in the front, hands behind our back, and dude, the police came, took me from the back of my head, grabbed me from the back of my head, and put a foot in front of me, and just whoo, and just boom, like made me go front was like this. So when I went to fall, you know how you go to fall,
straight on your face.
You know
Yep.
when you go to fall and your hands is behind your back, your main instance is to just like to twist,
Turn
to
to
kind
the
of
side or something.
yeah.
Yep.
And when I turned to the side, that shit sprained my wrist. Bow, the handcuff. Bow in my wrist. Bam, my wrist. So my wrist is starting to swell up in the handcuff and everything. And the police can't get the fucking briefcase open. So they said that. Yeah, they said that they had the detectives because our block was people was selling crack on our block. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
the police couldn't get the briefcase open, and it was just the one of them briefcases you go like this.
Mm-hmm.
You just push down right here, and they pop up. Man, they couldn't get the briefcase open. They got a screwdriver out the car and was trying to pry it open, and we trying to talk. They telling us, yeah, we trying to tell them just push the buttons on the top. They saying shut up. Look, hey, me and my brother, we had a stepfather at that time, Rich.
Yeah.
So Rich came out. I don't remember where your ass was at that day.
I was grounded in the house, I'm sure.
But I don't remember where you was at that day. And Rich came out and said, "That's my son." Whoop de whoop, and they was like, "If y'all don't back up, we're gonna take him to jail." And they was everybody in my neighborhood was like, them some good kids. Let them boys go. Diz and Cal, they some good kids. Let them go. They ain't did nothing. And police kept saying, if y'all keep getting closer, we're gonna take these kids to jail. And man, so they end up unhandcuffing us. They got the briefcase open and seen it was nothing but some records in there. They was mad as fuck, bro. We didn't have no dope on them.
Yep.
And they said the reason why they stopped us and thought we were selling dope was because you remember how our apartment was like this, and moms used to could drive from the back of the apartment through the thing,
Yep.
and then you come out and then you go out the driveway like that, right?
Yep.
So when moms was coming out the driveway, she came out the back of the apartment, and I ran up to the car and said something like, can I have $1 for the ice cream truck or something?
Right.
So my mom's gave me like, yeah, dude. My mom's gave me like $1 for like the ice cream truck or the donut truck or whatever the fuck I asked for, like $1.
I know,
she
same
gave,
shit. Everybody
she gave me $1 and took off around the corner, and drove. So I was like, why you didn't stop the car? That was my mom in the car. You would have seen. We didn't sell her no dope. How much dope am I gonna sell for $1? You know what I'm saying? And then the briefcase, they thought the briefcase had dope in it. I'm like, who gonna be dumb enough to walk around broad daylight with 13 years old with a briefcase full of dope and selling dope for $1?
Yeah, stop it.
And they sprained my fucking wrist. And then that's when Daryl Gates was the police chief at the time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we filed a complaint. We found a complaint, and the complaint said, due to not a lack of witnesses that was in the neighborhood, we can't further investigate this thing, and something other, nothing ever happened. Look, signed Chief Daryl Gates. That's all we got. We couldn't no complaint, no nothing, right? Dude, do you know up to about 3 weeks after that, every day when me and my homeboy Cal was bused to the valley to go to school, and I had to go to the corner to catch the RTD, which is the metro. We call it the rough, tough, and dirty. The
RTD.
I used to have to catch the bus. So we would walk up to the corner of Vermont. He would get on a school bus. The school bus would take him to the valley, and then I would wait for a regular RTD bus and go catch the bus to Audubon, right? Dude, do you know every day for 3 weeks the police would be outside our apartment and drive up. We was 2 little kids walking to school, and the police
was posted for y'all.
Man, they would pull up on the side of us and drive slow all the way, while we walk to the bus.
Stop it.
Dude, I came home telling my moms and my pop, like, man, them police is driving. They every morning they drive and follow us to the bus bench and just look at us. They just look at us and then drive off. And then we just sit there and wait for the bus and then catch the bus. And so
that's intimidation.
Yeah, no, it was called brainwashing.
Brainwashing, yes.
Yeah, they was. And what I didn't know this when I was 13, but I all it's doing is giving you the emotions of fuck the police. I hate these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then it's making you also nervous and scared of them motherfuckers.
Yep. At the same time.
So to this day, my cousin, he 47.
That's the reason why I called it intimidation, but y'all said the right word.
Yeah, because today my cousin, he 47. I broke myself out of the shit, but he could be driving southbound, the police could be driving northbound, nigga, and he see the police across the 3 lanes over, and he had a seatbelt on, take his hat off, and that's called brainwash, man. To this day, when he see them motherfuckers, you can see the motherfuckers from, man, they're gonna police turning the corner down, then motherfuckers turn. Why you gotta be like that when you see the popos, man? You know what I'm saying?
Man, fuck that. I can't do it. Sorry.
Dude, so
crazy work.
We told BB, which is our auntie now. She wasn't our auntie at the time, but she lived upstairs and she was dating a police chief at that time or something. And he was black. Yeah, PTSD.
Yep.
What happened was he ended up telling them police to leave us alone or whatever like that. And then he straight told us, he said, you know what them white police is trying to do is get into y'all minds from the ages 9 to about 17 to ages 9 to about 17 to fuck with y'all psychologically. So when y'all get 18 and 20s and start becoming grown men, y'all already will be brainwashed to be scared of them motherfuckers to where you gonna bow down and they'll always have control of y'all at a drop of a dime. And that when he told me that shit kind of broke me out of the spirit of being brainwashed of like fuck these motherfuckers. You always like remember like motherfucker, whatever you do to me is gonna be temporarily unless you pull that pistol out and just lay me down. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, all that other shit just be like it's just a temporary fuck. They fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but man, shit crazy, man. So man, for y'all, they got little ones and little kids, and especially little brown faced kids. Y'all y'all got to talk to them about these police because they'll try to
teach them, man. Because they out there.
Program the shit out your ass. You know what I'm saying? So,
and now we got ICE and all this other shit too. So
man, that's a whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, and now they starting to go after the Haitians. What makes you look different? What makes you look different than the Haitian? Because I mean, I don't work with some of them.
I live in the Dominican Republic, and all three of y'all look like a nigga that's out here right now.
I'm telling you, I work with some of them. You never know.
Shit. I know I do. Goddamn it, shit.
Man, that's some wild shit. But yeah, man, I just had to have you come on. It's 10 o'clock, man. We're gonna wrap it up, man. I just had to have you come on here, man, and tell that story is incredible, man. So just and if any of y'all ever run into that situation where they talking about somebody a female then use your social security number.
Yo, do the work. I'm telling you, do the work. Do the work.
Yeah, it all go back down to them dirty ass the po-pos.
Yeah.
So y'all keep y'all eyes open out there.
You know what that reminded me of when Diz was like, I was 13. 13. That Raekwon and Method Man song. He was 13 when he was talking about the police.
Yo,
where? So man, hey man, everybody, tap in with J-Pad. Do the rundown because you do that shit better than me.
Yeah, you already know the AM King show.
Y'all need more information. Tap in the morning because that's where I be getting my info from. This guy right here.
Right. It's the AM Kings show, and you can tap into it. It's Eastern Standard Time, y'all. 8 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Facebook and YouTube. Just go ahead and follow my channel with that name right there, J-Pad the Juggernaut. You can find me on YouTube there, or you can go to my Facebook page, which is Jason Miner, and we are running we're about to create a group too, y'all, for the AM King show, and you'll be able to see the show on there as well, but it is called the AM King show. We'll be on 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
AM King.
Let's do it.
Sure. Take us out, Pudge. All right, bro. Thanks for the story, man.
Hey, I had to get rid of the New York hat because y'all kept saying I look like Ari Spears, so I got the Knicks hat instead.
All right,
one love, y'all. One love.
Peace.